Hello guys, and welcome back to another round gamer video. Back with another review, back with another detailed skills breakdown. This time it's of Ares, the god of war. So the prediction of myself and I'm pretty sure a lot of other guys in the community also predicted him to be the one that's going to be coming up this week. So he's the new fire guardian, the god of war, and we're going to try and see whether he is possibly someone who could be a counter to Hachiman. Or even if not, can he stand against the other big titans in the game? There are two of the titans in this event which I am actually not going to be covering this review, namely Zeus and Athena, both being available in this event. That's just for brevity because I have a lot of things to go through. The blog is quite descriptive this time, including a lot of information for a solo relic event as well as assault that's coming up as well. So hopefully you'll stick on for this. If you do want to watch a comparison of Zeus and Athena versus other lightning titans, do check my other video out where I do that. It's on where I compare all maiden buffing titans. I'll try and put a description in the video. So let's get on now with the actual titan. This titan is loaded with skills. Took me a long time to actually break this down. I really do pray and hope that all the details I do mention here are correct. Do apologize if something goes wrong, do let me know. I try to keep my information as accurate as possible. So he's a fire guardian. So it's been a while since we've seen a meta guardian in the game. He is a fire titan, so he's going to deal fire damage on his own. And so his own skills are not really critical, although I have put them up on the screen. But what is interesting, if you look at his skills, that he does have a lot of damage on his own, which means that along with his massive health and armor, it is going to be important to bring him down as quickly as possible if you're going up against this titan on defense. But also when he's on his own, he could be quite helpful for the lower castle level guys. Now his prestige level 10 skill is very similar to what you get, I believe, on Solzar and Tengu perhaps, with his 100% base grenadier damage buff. That is immense. Remember, that's a prestige level 10. You probably begin with, I would think, around 60% base damage. And the other thing he gets is on allied troop, there's a chance to summon two these so-called special Spartan reinforcements, and we'll talk about that in a trailer. So this is another new sort of mechanic or sort of new troop type, I guess you can call it. Not exactly new troop type, but a troop variant. So just like we saw those Shadow Titan appear with Nergal and the warrior spirit. So this is a kind of a similar one, but for your spearmen. So let's have first look at the spearmen skills themselves. So what does this titan do for spearmen? It's a spearman and grenadier buffing titan, by the way. So you're going to get meaty spearmen and strong grenadiers, so almost like an uber version of Valkyrie you can think of. So what he comes with is X health for spearmen and interestingly a 40% base health buff for spearmen. Now this is going to be pretty incredible for Goliath, for spearmen, because you can remember the base health for spearmen by default is quite a lot anyways. So when you add 40% to that, that will apply first, and then you will have your 117% effect applied on top of that. And of course, any other relics will also buff that. So it's a very good buff, and this will definitely produce probably the meatiest titans in the spearmen in the game. But we got to remember there is, of course, we do have Big Z, I believe, who does 234% sort of health for spearmen, which definitely more than this, but he does pack a punch with his spearmen. You get 225% armor on defense, but and you also get 60% melee resist on defense, 30% normally if you're attacking, and 30% range resist. Now one thing I'll mention before I continue on with this, being a guardian, the first thing that will come to a lot of our minds is those of us who are have worked with 5-star relics or in the war. Now if you are considering, or if you already have the 5-star Norse relic, then this Titan will basically, with that shield and sword relic, give you 80% melee resist on it. So if you use Aries on attack, with that single relic, with a single sword and shield relic, you're going to get 80% melee resist and 80% range resist, which is almost capping out ranged. Remember, the cap for range is 95%, but the melee is capped at 80 anyway, so you're going to hit the max melee resist with a single relic. So that relic is going to be really good for when you're going to use him for attacking. Now let's quickly talk about the Grenadiers. Well, not quickly, but there's a fair bit to talk about. Grenadiers get 600% damage buff when you're defending, 300% normally. So this puts him on similar levels as what Tengu probably has, but when he's attacking. But so this is a defending Titan. There you go. You get 150% AP, doubling on defense, 44% critical, so you kind of get everything you really want for Grenadiers. And you get 5 Omega Grenadiers, which is a big thing, guys. There is very few Omega Grenadier buffing Titans. Hades was probably the original one. You do also have, what's his name? One of those not the Boar Titans, the Taurs. Can't remember his name, but yeah, one of those flame Taurs. So he's the other one, and we got him as well in the mix. So 5 Omega Grenadiers. When it comes, now let's talk about the special Spartan troops. Now these are classified as elite spearmen, as the devs call them. Now do remember, you only get these type of troops when you're prestiged up, when you are prestige level 1 or higher. I'm not exactly sure what the stats are by default, but this is what you get, guys. Looking at elite spearmen, you're gonna get the trade-off is for these special troops. Yeah, now if you're at level 10, prestige level 10, you're gonna get 8 of these Spartan troops on the field, and there's an 80% chance for them to be dropped on the battlefield as reinforcement. So they'll probably be to the south of the map when they drop in. There's an 80% chance, which is pretty high for them to drop. And whenever they drop, what they're going to have is half the health as a normal spearman, but with a massive 300% base spearman damage buff, which is incredible. But what is interesting is, guys, that these Spartan troops, so-called Spartan troops, and by the way, there are going to be 15 of those in a triangular formation, as you can see a little in the image on there. Now these are going to be dealing fire damage rather than physical damage. And what the devs mentioned is that if you want to buff the damage for these Spartan troops, they are only buffed by the relics that offer troop fire damage. So they will not be affected by any other relics. So if you have a relic which says Grenadiers damage, that's not going to affect them. If you have a relic that does physical damage buff, that's not going to affect them. It's only going to be relics that have the word troop fire damage. So that is critical, something to keep in mind. Now also what they do is they are very similar to in their formation actually to what you get with Imperials. They're almost like Imperials, by the way. So they do 3 times charge bonus damage. What that means is whenever they actually cause, when you charge them, when they approach a target, they will build up some charge damage, and they give you 3 times the damage when they hit the target. And this is special, which is unlike your Spearman. Another thing to keep in mind, all of the stats for Spartans is the same, or the defensive stats rather are the same as your Spearmen. So they will still get 117% health, 40% base health, 110% armor, melee resist, range resist, and so forth. So they're going to get all the regular buffs, but the damage is going to be fire, some charge buff, and yeah. So it's pretty crazy. And also, yeah, they do get the 300% damage buff as well, because one of the skills of Aries is 300% troop, I believe Titan and troop fire damage. So there you have it, guys. So that's on defense, you're going to get that. Otherwise it's going to be 300% when you're attacking. Specials, and this is all the Invoked skills, if you want to call them. So every 10 seconds, and this is a very big skill in my opinion, you're going to get 20% armor and all elemental resist. So if you give your, and this can happen maximum 4 times, so after 40 seconds after the battle has begun, so that's 10, 20, 30, 40, right, so yeah, 10, 20, 30, 40, you're going to get 80% armor and 80% all elemental resist. Give it one at a time and you max out all your resist. So this is a fabulous skill, and in fact, which means that if you're going up against Aries, if you can manage to kill him within 80 seconds, you're going to have to deal with lower resists. But if not, you're definitely dealing with a maxed resist spearman build. All right, and one interesting thing in this about is that the armor also applies to every other troop, which means any troop that Aries has got on the field is going to have all elemental resist. So you're talking about even the grenadiers getting that. So any other troop that's on the field. Keep in mind. Now the other skill is every 7 seconds you get a fireball that's dropped on 2 random troops on the field. If you are normally using a going up against site, it's normally the troops tend to kind of bunch up. Now if this happens, that means that this fireball is gonna fall. You're gonna get 2 fireballs dropped on the same spot, and it's gonna happen 8 times, right? So that's pretty crazy, and the fireballs themselves are buffed by having a massive 400% spell damage. They don't have any radius or they don't have any radius buff like some other titans, but yeah, that's still pretty good. Now the other one is every time an enemy dies, you're gonna get 20% titan troop fire damage. So which means, and this can happen 10 times. So if you kill 10 enemies, you're gonna get 200% troop fire damage. Now again, because it's troop fire damage, that's also going to affect your Spartans. It's also going to affect your grenadiers. So your grenadiers, if you look at the grenadiers skills by default, you've got 300% damage. So if you're using him for attack, for example, your grenadiers are going to get 300% plus 200%, so 500% grenadiers damage, which is incredible. So I do like where this Titan is going. Now if you kind of capture this, what do you get? You're going to get spearmen, which after 40 seconds are going to be resistance to all elements. After 50 seconds they're going to be after 4 seconds 80% resist to all elements. You can easily get this to a max of 100% of 90% or plus. Your grenadiers are going to be really strong, and every 7 seconds there's going to be devastation with fireballs. Of course, this only happens so after 56 seconds, which is about a minute, all these fireballs will stop. But what that means is that if you are going to attack Aries with any ranged unit, this is going to be a problem, because they're going to completely wipe them out, because ranged units are normally squishy. So what will be very important is, if you're going up against Aries, you must have very high resistance to fire. Okay, so that's quite important. So yeah, that's incredible. I do like where this is going. So some of the things that I'm going to just mention here, this is all from the blog really, so some other things to keep in mind. So each Spartan battalion has 15 units in a flying wedge formation, similar to what you see for Imperials. And there are, so of course at level 10 you're going to get 8 of these summoned. Remember, with an 80% chance of 2 of them dropping at a time. Now that is pretty high, so something to keep in mind. This relic I wanted to throw out. Remember what I mentioned before, this relic is going to be very good. In fact, and this is interesting, when I thought about this harder, the sword or scroll relic, or the shield and sword relic, this relic is going to be probably more important when you use Aries for attack than for defense, because on defense you already have 60% melee resist, right? So if you're going to add the shield and sword relic, you're going to get 110%, which is overshooting it. That's why I think this relic is going to be more important if you're going to use Aries to attack rather than defend. So yeah, pretty good. If you have this relic, you'll be fortunate. Now let's have a quick look at the souls. So here, the souls spread out. It's a 25,000 souls event. There's no stretch goals, unlike the last one. You're going to get 1.4 with Uranus, Eros, Zeus, and Aries. So it's good that they include Aries as the booster, as a max booster himself, so which he's available at 21,000 souls. And you also have 1.2 with a 3-star Titan, Hercules. This is nice to see. And you have Cerberus, Artemis, Athena, and Dionysus. So that's good as well. And if you don't have any of those, then we get 1.1 for any other 1.3 star, 4 star, 5 titans. So even a Solzar can give you some boost in this event. Um, right, boost relic is Greek Soul. We'll have a look at an example. They've introduced a new type of one in this event. And individual rewards, 9,000 souls gets you Athena, 15,000 souls get you Zeus. Zeus is still pretty good in my opinion. Athena is pretty much food, um, but Zeus is pretty awesome. You get Horn of Infernus at 20k, and the Great Relic, Aries himself 21, and the one that I personally wanted for a long time, the Nemean Belt, 4-star version at 25,000. So that's the top reward. If you're going for that, that's what it is. The alliance rewards are first time, and they mention this explicitly in the blog. This is the first time, or one of the rare times, they have an event with level 60 Aries. Now, so if you are planning to finish this event, if you are excited about Aries, and you want to be top, you're going to get 2 copies of him, maybe one for attack, one for defense. You would probably be looking at a pretty high soul count, from my estimation, to be in the top alliances, because there's going to be quite a lot of demand for them, I would think. And because it's a level 60 version, which is basically you get a maxed Aries, you can expect a pretty heavy soul count. Now here's the Relic Greek Scroll, and they have a 5-star version available. I will have to check where it is, but I think you can only obtain it once. It might be in the rewards chain, can't remember, but it's there's some special note on that worth checking out. But this is the first time they actually come up with this relic, and it's not available in the regular pool. I believe you just get it once or something like that. Here the relics, Warrior's Belt and Aries Chariot are the new ones. The other ones have featured before. Nemean Belt's actually not featured before, but has been available in sort of casino temple situation. But so here you have Warrior's Belt. I think what I'll highlight, Warrior Belt is almost like an Uber Flame Volley, and you get the same benefits of the Flame Volley, a little less actually, but it's another version of it, so it could be good to couple it with that. Aries Chariot gives you Spearmint Health and Spearmint Melee Resist. Now the good thing with this relic is, because the first slot is Titan and Troop fire damage, this means is you can equip this relic on even any other Titan you want. So could be even put on a Pixie, right? If you want more health and Spearmint Resist. So yeah, that's pretty good. Nemean Belt is the one that I wanted. I've shown the 4-star and 3-star version. 3-star version below, so you get these two are fabulous relics. Glad to see that in this, and very useful on any infiltrators, solo build titans. Great. The Hall of Infernus came up with Solzar, also great relic. And the very important factor, and why this relic is very useful, is the second skill of all troop base damage. So remember, any titan, any relic you get with troop damage is always going to be beneficial. So yeah, there you go. A Banner of Flame, something available, and throw it there, critical and damage. Cloak of Hades, Hades Chariot, Fire Pit, and Volcanic Rock available. Notice that Cloak of Hades and Volcanic Rock both offer 80% Grenadiers damage, Omega Grenadiers damage. So why this could be important is if you wanted to go into a battle with such that you're only relying on using your 5 Omega Grenadiers, then you might want to just massively buff the damage. So this is where that might come useful. Otherwise, the other relics are there. The Hades Chariot does a decent job. You get 20 damage, but the critical skill is not that great. So Hades Chariot is kind of a mere relic, but the Fire Pit is pretty good. Again, if you're considering buffing the Omega troops, not otherwise. Right, before we move on to the assault information, there is another relic, Solar War, which is going to be coming up, I believe, next Monday. It's basically no, it's not next Monday. It's the Monday after. So yeah, it's a bit further away. But this event is going to see the featuring of a new relic called Prometheus's Fire. The second skill is probably what they are trying to sell us with, which is 80% fire damage. Notice the other relic similar to that is Staff of Flames, in the sense that it also buffs the fire damage, but it's only 40%. Mind Fire has been available before, actually offers a spell damage between the two at 65%. So putting this all together, 80, 65, and 40, you can look at 185% all fire spells damage buff by using them. So if there is a time or you think it's worth equipping your Aries or other Titans with fire buffing skills, yeah, fireball spell buffing skills, here's your relic. The other relics are Draco's Gauntlet, pretty bad relic, and Scorched Vial, okay relic, because you get all critical, all buffs. So yeah, okay relic, not a great event, but if you look at the relic, it's at 1 point. You get 15,000 souls. You get the Prometheus Fire, solar rewards, divine gems all the way up to rank 2000, and you get 2000 gems at 13. Well, at 2000 at the top 2000 to 10,000 rank. So yeah, that's probably Ireland. Assault is returning. This is a very unique event. I really love. This is one of my favorite events. Probably only next to or comparable with Assault. Very nice graphic there. Some troops dying in battle, stuff like that. I will release more information on this event. Do check out my videos on Assault. But you are given 3 minutes to take in your um, Titan, and you get some other Titans to assist you, stuff like that, and you have only 3 minutes to defend. Kind of, you're defending your base sort of thing, but you're also trying to take out as many troops as possible within 3 minutes. Very great, nice little event. Some more information out there for you, and the blogs as well. This time they say they've updated the solar reward so that it's entirely divine gems. So yeah, if you're looking for divine gems, this might be an event for you. There is also going to be a chance to win relics of war, similar to what you saw on Theatres of War, and they're going to have these different altars, and you can pick up Dionysus, Poseidon, Hercules, and some combat relics. The regular role, if you really need these, honestly, none of these are worth it in my opinion nowadays. But if you're looking for one for collection, then to unlock your Pantheon, some of the Pantheon relics, then maybe you would want that. Here the rewards there, this is the rewards again for the Assault event. There are plenty of rewards to be had. You can pick up some XP relics for Titans, rarity 3, lots of rarity 4, that is 4-star XP relics, and you get forging food as well to forge to kind of level up your relics. So it's probably a good time if you are looking to level up any of your 5-star relics, then you can get that as well. Maximum of 7,000 gems available as solo rewards. Alright guys, I think that's as succinct I could be with my review. So apologies for keeping you too long in this video, but I hope it was useful. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of Ares, the God of War, whether you're excited to get him or not, whether he's going to be a meta defender, an attacker in your opinion. I think he is a good Titan to go for. He's going to be tricky to use against Hachiman, but if you can survive Hachiman's onslaught for the first 50 seconds, you can basically go with the 100% earth resist, and you're going to have some melee resist. So his spearman could definitely hold the line, to say, even taking some archer damage. But it's the non-optim DPS, the firing rate of the grenadiers, that's going to be a concern, in my opinion, because even though you're looking at possibly with 300% damage, and added to that 200% from the enemy death invoke skill, even with that 500% damage buff, and those Omega Grenadiers, whether they can get the damage out effectively is going to be one other thing. So yeah, it's going to be something that will have to be figured out from testing. But there is definitely potential in this Titan to cause some serious damage on Hachiman as well, but also on some other defenders in the game. Right, that's it for this video. Hope you found this useful. If you did, please drop a like and subscribe if you haven't. I'll catch you all in another video.